What's what's going on, guys? Zach from iTrendz here, coming to you guys with a nice AMD trade recap of the day. We literally just banged it from 167 to $2.50, and they actually even went a little higher than that. It was an amazing trade. We had a sniper entry. Let's get right into the charts. The Dizzle, one of my favorite stocks to trade. Really nice. Has always, of course, very good volume. And recently, as of recent, we actually have a chip bill that is going through at the moment, or actually it just passed last week. Excuse me. So that helped push the stock up. We've also had an intermittent, brief bottom in the market after the 6.5 months of red. We actually did find a little bit of a bottom here, so we've been on an uptrend. So let's take that into account, right? Let's zoom out just one more. Let's go to the daily time frame here. That's what we're gonna do. Check it out. Right. So obviously we are in an uptrend. They have earnings tomorrow, actually, after hours tomorrow. So with that being said, as the market is strong and pushing, AMD pushing into earnings is going to, one, have a very positive effect on people with calls because it's going to increase the IV. So automatically you're going to excrete more value out of those contracts than normal because IV is pumping because earnings is coming up. And then number two, you're going to likely see an earnings run up, especially when the market is actually strong and having a nice run up as well. So you're actually going to see more momentum in the stock than normal because earnings is coming up, right? And again, that's tomorrow after hours, right? So today is Monday, the 1st of August. Happy 1st. And so going into the day, it was very simple, right? Last night, we took a look in our market prep. If you watched our watch list video as well, we took a look at AMD. And originally, I was looking for it to come down and confirm this 92 as support, and I was going to buy demand heavy off of that 92 support. But let's zoom in a little bit here, and we can actually see that overnight, actually, this will give you a little bit better of a perspective. Overnight, we had actually hit 97. So this was at 8:35 in the morning. So at 8:35 in the morning, AMD was at 97. If we look at this bottom left square, this is NASDAQ or QQQ. At 8:35, we had hit 12,985, or in other words, we were exactly sideways overnight. So if NASDAQ is sideways overnight, AMD going into earnings is strong overnight, we're going to have a big day. All we got to do is take off demand, right? Take trades off demand. So being that AMD pushed up overnight to 97, for a 97 pullback all the way to 92 is not going to happen. So you had to look at it differently. You have to readjust, right? It's very important to look, if you're one to set your watch list at night, it's very important to wake up in the morning 30, 45, or an hour before market open and kind of refresh and look at the stock again and be like, okay, maybe do I need to adjust my levels here? Do I need to bring them up? Do I need to bring them down? Right? So it's very important to do that. So with that being said, right, I adjusted my levels. I woke up, I saw, wow, 97 overnight, NASDAQ's flat, super strong, right? That's really bullish to see. All we need now is a confirmation of our pre-market lows. So what I was really looking for was us to hold this 94.43 to 94.87. Why? Because we formed a little consolidation phase after we had closed on Friday here, and we had maintained it overnight and then pushed off of it, right? This big candle pushed off of it. That's where I want us to come back down to, confirm it as support, confirm it off or as demand, and trade it back up, right? And we're going to be looking at the 9 EMA and the 21 EMA, and then also the VWAP, which kind of helped me guide this trade, right? Again, we took it from $1.67. My last exit was at 2.5, but the contracts I'm looking at over here, they did go to $3.25. That was right at this peak here. We sold right at this peak here at 2.5, or I sold my last contract at 2.5. So it came back down directly to pre-market lows. Pre-market lows was 94 on the dot. So that if we had broken 94 on the downside and started using this box that I have here as resistance, I would have looked to trade it short down to 92. And then once we got to 92, then lowered my longs and carried into earnings tomorrow. However, that's not what happened. We held 94. As you can see, these are 5-minute candles. There's a 5-minute time frame. So we had a big sell candle down, and immediately after we had a huge buy candle up. If you look at the volume here, right, big sell candle, very large green volume. So this isn't a fake push right here, right? So we entered as soon as this candle started, as soon as this candle opened, we had a small wick to the downside, and from there it was blast off. So as soon as we got into this zone, I'm buying these off of this pre-market low. I'm buying them off of pre-market low. We snagged them at $1.67. That was really good. It was just under the high of day for the contract. So let's take a look here. I was going to bring you guys to the VWAP. That's what I was going to bring you guys. I wanted to show you the VWAP here. So VWAP, right? We have a video on the VWAP that goes a lot more in depth. So feel free to check it out. Link is in the description. But the VWAP, just generally speaking, right, at its most basic terms, if a stock is above the VWAP and it's trending above the VWAP and forming candles above the VWAP, then it is a strong stock, right? If a stock is below VWAP and forming candles below VWAP, and those candles are closing below VWAP, then it is regarded as a weak stock, right? It's weak on the day, right? So with that in mind, I'm looking for AMD to close above VWAP, back test it, and reclaim it essentially, and start trading above it. And then I know that we're good. After that, I don't have to pay attention to the VWAP anymore. I can pay attention to my top level resistances for my take profits, and then pay attention to the 9 EMA as a trim level, just in case we come back to it and we're actually going to fail. That's your trim level. So let's take the VWAP here, we'll take it off here in a second. Actually, just one thing, this candle had a big crazy breakdown through the VWAP, and then this next candle closed right back above it. So in other scenarios where you're actually trending below the VWAP, let's try and find a time where you're trending below the VWAP here in the chart. Look, you pop up and then you break below it, and now you can't break above it, right? Weakness, and then you break back above it. That's a change in sentiment. You were weak and now you're strong. You were weak and now you're strong. Here, you were very briefly weak. I wouldn't even consider it. If we had a second candle close underneath here again, and we were rejecting this box right here, then I would be taking more of a short approach to it, and I would be regarding it as weak. However, we did not do that. We closed back above the VWAP here and began to, or continued, I should say, to trend upward. So let's take the VWAP off here, and then let's just continue. So we'd entered at, let me pull it up on my phone here. We entered at 167 a contract. Sorry, I'm breaking up the video. We entered at 167 a contract at 9:36 a.m. I don't know if you can see that, but at 9:36 a.m. we entered the contract at 167. I alerted a small position. I don't know why I took a small position. I had very high confidence in this trade, but it's okay. It is what it is. Made good money off of it. Made like $300 or so. Our first cut came at 185. So 185 was as soon as we broke above this 21, or as soon as we got to this 21, I took 25% of my position off at 185. And then as soon as we pushed above it, I took another 25% at 1.91. So netting almost 30 cents per contract here. If you're not familiar, we have a proprietary profit management system called the iTrendz 4-to-1, where we take profits along as we go up in the trade. We'll have a video on that. It's also inside of our Discord. We talk about it all the time. If you're interested, just shoot us a message and we will teach you guys that. So I sold two at $2.22, and that was, I believe, at right here at 96.56. After we had pulled back to VWAP, I might add, VWAP was right in this area at this time, pulled back to VWAP, pulled back to our EMAs, and then launched right off of it. And we were approaching our session high a day, that 97 level. I was like, you know what? Let me take some more profits. We got a big jump in the contracts on this candle. So I took two contracts off at $2.22 and had one left. And then I allowed that to run, let it run all the way up here. And I sold right above as we were pulling back and looking like we're going to kind of come back and confirm this high here. As we were pulling back, I sold right on this wick towards the top side of 97.40. And then I got the last contract off for $1.50. It was a very, very nice trade. In total, it was about a 20-minute trade for a really, really nice return. Not quite $100 a contract, but I'll take $90 a contract. Very, very nice. Like I said, they actually went up to $3.25 here. And then you know what? Let's do two trades, because right after this, or as we were in the AMD trade, I actually took Amazon long. So QQQ, if we look at NASDAQ here in the bottom left corner, QQQ had pushed up and confirmed VWAP, and then pushed all the way up, broke pre-market high, came back to test the 21 and the 5, as we're confirming that we're staying above the 21 and the 9, rather, not the 5, excuse me. We're staying above the 21 and the 9, and confirming that as as Amazon was coming back down to confirm pre-market high here, we took the 139 contracts at a buck 20 and we sold them at super high levels. What was my last exit? 2.5. No, what was my last exit? Excuse me, 2.37. That was a nice hour-long trade. Really saw the trade all the way out to this higher level here at 138 after we retested, excuse me, these highs from the other days at the other day at 139. I was like, you know what? These contracts were just 2.4 right at this high, another 2.4 again. So they're losing volatility. Their IV is actually going down. So we are getting the longer we are staying in this position, the riskier it is to hold on to it. And as the runners, I'm going to be taking my profits. Again, that was a 1.2 to 2.37 trade. Those contracts, I believe we sold pretty close to the high. They went up to $2.45. But essentially, it was the same exact trade. I waited for Amazon to reclaim VWAP. And then after pushing and breaking above pre-market highs, I waited for the retest of pre-market highs to confirm it as support, which happened to coincide with the 9 EMA and the 21 EMA. So you have three confluences. The fact that it's pulling back to pre-market highs and confirming support, the fact that it's confirming staying above the 9 EMA, and the fact that it's confirming staying above the 21 EMA. So it was a green light for me. Took the trade. It was very, very nice. All of our cuts came in the first. It looks like all of our cuts came in the first. Damn, I mean, they really came in the first 20 minutes. But I did want to see the excess value in it. And so I took it all the way up to 139. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown of AMD and Amazon. They were back-to-back smackers. It only took us, it was about an hour-long trading day, made like $700, $800 on the day. It was very, very nice. So I hope you guys learned something valuable out of this, or got some type of knowledge out of this that is helpful for you guys. Highly recommend using the VWAP. Again, if you're confused or want an idea of what type of strategy or approach to take with the VWAP, we have it linked down below. Please feel free to give us a like and subscription. It really helps, as we are a smaller channel, only 160 subscribers here, but we're growing strong. We're happy to deliver and continue to give you guys free knowledge, and hopefully it's really actually improving your guys' trading experience. So if it is, please leave some feedback in the comment section below. We'd love to see feedback, what you guys want to see, what's going to help you, what we need to improve on, etc. And I will catch you in the next video.